happened. I just wanted to be successful at something. At one point, my life fell apart. About 6 years ago, my life fell apart and the bottom of my life fell out. And I lost everything.
Wow.
And I prayed to God and I asked him not to give me money, but to give me the answer. Show me a problem and then give me the answer.
Yeah.
And he gave me this business. It sort of like dropped it in my lap and I pursued it. And it's 20,000 plus clients later, 300 plus celebrities. A multi-million-dollar company. It's amazing. It's absolutely.
You like
I
Solomon?
can take it.
That's the wisdom of God. Amen? That's so good, though.
Yes,
now, people
it is.
say that, I mean, everybody says this, that cash is king. But that's not what your testimony is. You say credit is king. Now, why do you say that? Because
Well, you know what? It's actually working with so I got a ton of NBA players and NFL players, and my NFL players and the NBA players will call me, and they can't get a car, and they can't get a car, and they can't get a house, and they have the money, but their score is not high enough, and their score is bad, and so the cash really isn't king unless you're going to pay 100% of the house up front.
Yeah.
But everybody still has to live by the 3-digit score and what that FICO score is, and it determines everything. So really, credit is king.
I got you.
So what are some things that we can do to make sure that our credit stays on the right track? I mean, other than the obvious of paying your bills on time.
Yeah.
What are some other, maybe some secrets that we don't know that we're misinformed about?
So I don't know if there's secrets, but I think that you have to be like proactive. So you need to know what your credit score is.
That's number one.
And you need to know what is in your credit report. So you need to know all of the details of what's in your credit report. And almost like no matter how bad, if something is in there that's negative, doesn't mean that it has to stay negative. You have to know how to pursue it. And if you don't know how to address it, hire someone who knows how to address it.
Okay.
James, what are some of the mistakes, the common mistakes that people make when it comes down to the credit?
Well, I think that first, overextending themselves with credit, getting the credit cards and maxing the credit cards out. Most people are not aware that if you spend over 30% of your available credit, you start to tank your credit score.
Nobody told me that.
Yes.
James.
They didn't tell me.
Met you a long time ago. You should ask me the question, what are the wrong things to do? I can answer.
James said they didn't tell me.
So you have to like be aware of it and then stay on top of your payments. And you cannot. Most people are not aware that one late payment can cost you 75 points off of your score. One late payment.
Don't be late with that Amex, girl.
So you have. Oh my God! And American Express don't play.
They don't play
I love
games.
American
I
Express.
love you guys.
Good. I love American Express, but they don't play. So all of my clients want those black cards and everything else.
Yeah.
All my NBA players. I have like a whole team of them that my whole purpose of them is getting them the black cards.
Wow.
Black cards.
Wow.
Yes.
That's deep. Holiday shopping, there's some things to keep in mind?
Yes.
Like what?
Yes, I mean, and I live like a block away from Lenox Mall, so
That's
you
the
see
devil.
all ages.
The devil set you up. It's a setup.
I'm in between Lenox and Phipps. So,
Oh, Lord.
my
That's
God.
a setup for a setback.
Crazy. Yes.
You're doing good.
So, but the tips is to be aware and not to overextend.
Yeah.
And not let those credit department stores lure you into those little department store credit
A
cards.
10% off and they have high interest rates and the APR is no good. Tell me about it.
I
Just did.
I know all about the credit.
Yes. So you have to like be aware of it and of all of the pitfalls and make sure that you stay on top of everything.
And the question is, do you really need it? Yes. That's what I have to ask myself.
Yeah, and that's the question that only you can answer. So do you really need it, or can you actually? My advice is, don't shop with the credit cards this season, because what you spend this season, you could be paying for long after 2019. And so if you can't spend it on your debit card, maybe you shouldn't spend it at all.
Well, I have a double-fold question for you. Number one, if you have too many credit cards, even though you have an available credit and you don't use it, does that still raise your DTI at all, your debt to income?
So if you have too many credit cards and you are exceeding the amount, if you have too many credit cards, then that's I mean, there's no amount that's too many.
I wish I had more time because we can talk about this also, this ultra FICO, but we have to get back to that because I just think I'm gonna talk to you on the side. And to access more tips from